glad we got some questions going. I guess we'll give it a couple minutes. So, if you got to leave in an hour, is that what you said?
Yeah, correct. We have the protocol meeting with the protocol team in like 57 minutes. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we won't wait too long. Geez, a lot of people shared the tweet, so and otherwise, people can listen at their leisure. So I'm happy we're here. I'm happy we're functioning. As far as the technical side, we got everybody up. Everybody can hear each other. Everybody actually sounds really good. I know PSANT's had a couple problems yesterday with his space.
Yeah, man. Twitter was bugging out for me yesterday, but yeah, I'm glad we managed to get it rock and rolling nicely. I got the stream going to the Community DAO YouTube channel, so yeah, we got a nice setup.
Oh, we're streaming now.
We're streaming now. We're live.
Oh wow! I thought you'd have to have your second account going. So you're through running it through there, huh? We're live. Come join. Her is going. We got a.
Gotcha. Okay.
Space. So, yeah, I'm just going to go through my spiel. Infinite Orbiter, welcome. XL, welcome. All right, we're going to make it officialized. So, welcome to the H.E.R Ecosystem Roundup, H.E.R number 5, September 14th, 2023. I'm joined with Soph and Theo, two amazing devs at the H.E.R development core team. Co-hosting today is Raaaaaj from PSANT's Academy and representing the community DAO. What a pleasure. Thank you all for joining me to discuss all things H.E.R. Last, everything heard here is not financial advice and is rather opinions and entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research. And last, I'd like to thank everyone that submitted questions. All right. Let's do a quick little introduction, and then we'll get into the questions. Let's see. I'll start with what's going in the order of my screen. So, PSANTs, if you could just do a brief description of what you do at Harmony and for how long, and something that brings you joy. Again, we have 54 minutes.
Yeah, no problem. So basically, I kind of got into the Harmony ecosystem from a farming recommendation, and kind of from there went into exploring DAOs a little bit, and was contributing to the community DAO for a while now, and kind of in a place of just kind of figuring things out, and just going with the flow at this point with the community DAO stuff. But Butthead has reinvigorated the spirit, a lot of the community DAO spirit going on. So that's kind of what I've been doing in the Harmony ecosystem. And then I've kind of been learning a little more on the developer end too. So that's been a good learning process. And yeah, that's pretty much it with me.
And something that brings you joy?
Oh, yes. So I was just going to say, like, Harmony in itself kind of brings me joy in like, say, an acoustic sense. Just when when you get like harmonies, people singing in harmonies, or music that's like harmonious. Like it's very enjoyable. Definitely brings me joy.
Awesome. Thanks, Raj. I don't know if you want me to call you Raj or P-Sans or something else, but I'm going to call you Raj.
Yeah, Raj is fine.
Okay, awesome. All right, next in my screen is Theo. So I just wanted to ask if you could do a brief description of what you do at Harmony and something that brings you joy. And welcome to H.E.R number 5.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Let's see, what do I do at Harmony? Probably like, if you can imagine everything that's non-technical, it would be that. And then the things that can sometimes not be too technical, I hop on and I help out as well. So I'm kind of like an all-around, like more like on the product side. And my background was more PM, but I've been in crypto since about 2015. So I've known Harmony for a long time before I joined it. I've been absolutely wrecked by WAGME and other things, but the thing that has brought me joy and what brought me into Harmony in the first place remains today, which is the community. And I know I can just say that as like one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, the community, you know, blah blah, all this stuff. But I've always had a very, very strong opinion towards the Harmony community as one of like, and still to this day, I feel like it's untapped potential in the sense that everyone is so close and everyone is kind of driven by this.
I think you might be rugging, or it's hopefully not me.
Yeah, I think he may be rugging a little bit. Are you still there? It's Theo. Can you hear me?
Good old
cannot
connection.
Hear you.
good old connection problems. When he comes back, if you can get him back up. We didn't get to hear what brings him. Well, we did get to hear what brings him joy. The Harmony community brings him joy. So we're just gonna go on to you, Soph. If you could just do a brief description of what you do at Harmony and something that brings you joy.
Yeah, sure. So I've been with Harmony for 2 years and a few months now. But I was with the community before, so since the beginning, since the IO with Binance. Those days, I'm doing everything technical. So you guys may not be aware, but Max left us like 2-3 weeks ago. So right now I'm also doing protocol work. I work on the H.E.R 30. But as the rest of the time, I work on the product side of things and the ops side of things. Okay, so yeah, that's about me. What brings me joy in Harmony is one is the community, being able to talk to them and be able to, telling them that Harmony is still here to build. We're not going anywhere, And the second thing is the learning that I'm having almost every day, be it a new project in Harmony or even a technical detail that I may have learned in the code base or something that happened in crypto in general. Yeah, that's what brings me joy.
Awesome. And you're at the convention now, and you teased me that you are actually testing a new wallet, right?
Yeah, correct. So I'm currently in Singapore for the token 2049. So today I got a Sophoah.ONE hardware wallet. Just finished testing. Can send one, receive one. And the good thing is that in the UI, when you use the Sophoah app, right, you can even choose which shard you want to send your one to, which is, I feel, it's pretty cool because I think that's the second UI I'm seeing that you can do cross-shard transaction. The first one is Math Wallet, right? But the only downside that I have with that X1 is that I couldn't find how we could do staking right now. So that's the only downside if you ask me if anyone wanted to buy the safe ball. Yeah.
I'll ask one more quick question, and we'll move on to the others. So, do you have to download or load up both RPCs for Shard 0 and Shard 1 because you can send between shards now?
Yep, definitely. So if you want to send, you want to be able to talk to the source RPC, Shard 0 or Shard 1. So yeah, you have to. And they have like a custom network that you can add harmony. So you don't have to, you just have to search for harmony, and then you have the list of RPC you can add. So it's already there in the UI. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm excited to learn more about that. And I'm also excited about all the AI technology and releases that are coming up. But I just wanted to give a little, one more little spiel, and we will move on to the questions. So this is kind of the format. We will start by the submitted questions, and I kind of put them in a list of priorities in my own mind. Then we'll go on to my own questions, even though I snuck some in. And we'll invite people up to the stage, time permitting. So yeah, we'll try to stay on point. We're on limited time, but I appreciate everybody here. If you guys could share the space, that'd be fantastic. And without further ado, we will get to the first question, which is, there's two people that asked this, so that's why we put this number one. When will HIP30 V2 be implemented?
Okay. So let me take this one, and I think depending on the questions, maybe Theo can take some of them as well, so we won't be answering twice, because so as I said early on, right? I'm still working on that HIP30. I'm hoping that it would be like in a month and a half or so, right? But that will be depending on the testing I'm currently doing, just to be a little bit more technical, since HIP30 has the shard reduction, we are trying to work out a mechanism to transfer all the one account in shard 2 and shard 3 to shard 1. Okay, so that you don't have any user don't have to do anything on their end. So the process will be automated as part of the shard reduction. Yeah.
Thanks for the answer. So what would the validator's responsibility be if whenever shard 2 and 3 are gone?
So they will just have to migrate their node from shard 2, shard 3 to shard 1 or shard 0 up to their preference, okay? And of course, update the newest binary. But when that comes, there will be instructions that will be given to all the validators.
Awesome. And I just wanted to put out there, I've invited Theo to speak a couple times. I don't know if there's technical issues. So if there's a question that you'd just feel like maybe it'd be better to someone else to answer, you can definitely just put it off till next time or something like that.
Sure.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like hopefully he'll try to get back in. All right, so next question. What can the community do to further development of One as a business?
Okay, I think that's a good question. And I was 2 days at that conference in Singapore, and what I realized that I think people either already knew about Harmony, right? Know about the problem that we may have at this time, or either they don't know at all, right? And others just need a refresher, because they kind of, the new Harmony, and that they haven't caught up with all the updates and all, right? So to me, what the community could do is just to talk more about Harmony, part of the marketing initiative, that okay, there's no initiative right now, right? But I mean, part of the marketing work that we might be doing eventually in the near future, and what during that conference, people doesn't know what Harmony is doing. Actually, they're not aware about .country. They're not aware of the Telegram bot, So talking to them was insightful, because they are not aware about our progress, and we're not selling enough what we are doing right now. That's my main message, and that's where the community could be able to help out, yeah.
Yeah, I totally appreciate that, and that's a big reason of why this space was formed. There's a lot going on with Harmony, besides a hack that happened last year and recovery, which I'm obviously we all would want it to go quicker, but I'm impressed with the rate, in this crap part of the market. So yeah, I mean, anything to help the community out, to help communication out. I don't know, I'm hoping that this could even go to weekly. And with that being said, I'm going to either try to organize the next H.E.R either next week or it might be a month from now. So we'll work on that afterwards. All right, next question. How many people are on the core team now, and how many positions is Harmony looking to fill currently? and Theo, welcome back.
Theo, do you have the exact number?
Yeah, I think it's 21 or 20, either 21 or 22, because it was 23 with Max.
Really? Still 20? Oh, still 20. Okay, yeah. In terms of job offer or positions that we have, everyone can go and visit harmony.one/lever, LEVER. That's where all the open positions that we have currently. Yeah.
I'd say to add on to that, just last week we interviewed a front-end dev, and there's different, I guess, processes within that hiring process, and I had voted for a potential task before hiring to revamp the landing page, but we'll see if that gets approved or not. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed. I can see that there's a lot of stuff going on with Harmony. It's just that there isn't like an organized push to get the information from the core team to the rest of the world, I think, in my opinion. So I don't know what else can be done with the communication. I just don't know. I don't know if we can start doing YouTubes or. and by the way, we are streaming live now too. Also, if we could, looks like I think Raaaaaj put a tweet up on top. If people would like to share that or share the space, again, welcome everybody that's here and everybody that's listening. I appreciate it a lot. I'm sorry, so we got that. And speaking about positions, I'm just gonna throw one more quick plug in. It's hasn't been released officially, but I did get the recovery ambassador. So hopefully in time, if I continue to do decent job, I might get a paid position. So I just wanted to throw that out there. The email should be going live soon, so just want to throw that out. Let's see, we got that. I'm going to throw one of mine out like this. It's also a problem that I've been having. Where is the best place to go for the multi-sig support?
So the best place to go for products that are being produced or implemented by ProtoFire, that would be directly on their Discord server. So recently we had that discussion with them, and the agreement was to have a dedicated channel on their Discord. So if anyone needed to do to have support on Star.country or the multisig, they would have to join the Protofire Discord server. Yeah.
Fair enough. I hope they get more help there. I think me and you are waiting for support in there, but that's good to know. I'll try Protofire, and I'm going to throw one more thing out there that I was encouraged to go to talk.harmony.1 for support, and I got spammed by some AI bot in there again. I haven't received any feedback on my question, unless there is a real Harmony One AI bot that's in there now.
Not aware. Theo,
Yeah,
you know?
no, definitely not. Yeah, so stay safe. I'll take a look at that today.
I appreciate it, and I can share. I'll share a picture of what happened in our three-way discussion we have now. Yeah, it's pretty scary stuff. It's happened 2 out of the last 2 times I posted on there, so it's kind of scary, really scary. All right, moving on to the next section, colors here. When can we possibly see an official Ledger wallet app that does not require the enabling of developer mode?
Okay. I don't know. I don't have the answer on that question. I think Lee was supposed to reach out to Ledger on that matter. I'm just not sure what's the progress, but I can ask him again on that and see where we are. But Lee is going to be away a little bit, but let's see if I can get some update for him, or else someone in the team would have just to go to Ledger directly and ask them about that. Yeah, but I don't have an answer for that right now.
Yeah, I appreciate your honesty there. Yeah, we don't know, but we can try to look into it, right? So next one, Meta1 KLAS has proposed a change to the validator dashboard, but no one has replied nor taken any interest in the change. What do you think about this? And it gives the website there.
Okay, so to be honest, I wasn't aware. So not sure if I was pinged on that, or maybe I also missed the email and the ping. I don't know, but it's not that we're not interested. Okay, the best way here is to reach out to myself over DM or anything, and then send me the link, and I can have a look. Okay. So maybe I can look at that offline, and see what is it and give an answer maybe tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow should be fine.
I think I can also add on that I think we did look at it and we talked about it internally, and there was kind of we were met with like a lack of operations, or like a system of operations where, okay, if a community member provides this, right, how does it go from ideation to approval? Is it a governance process? Is it just immediate? I think the current way of doing it isn't really working, which is just nothing, right? So I guess if we wanted to move forward, it would kind of be more on the radical side of development, where there would be a quick process to internally check, like, okay, is this feasible? And then if it is, and the core team agrees with it, then we would push it. And then if we don't, right, there has to be communication about why. I think on both sides, both the approval and the communication, if it is denied, I think that'll help in this area.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I wanted to mention too, Soph had said last time that one of the best ways to reach out to him is on the original Harmony Discord. Is that also the best way to get a hold of you, or do you prefer Telegram, or what deal?
Discord is the best for me. Telegram I will also answer eventually. But on Talk, like I said in the last H.E.R, I'm going less often on that because if not, I have too many things to clear and read.
Yeah, I'd say the same for me, except more Telegram, because I'm also looking into more and more partnerships and listings and more wallet things. So the ledger question, I think I'll talk directly with Lee and see if I can help out over there as well. But I'm all the time on Telegram, which is just like at T and then Persic, my last name. And then Discord works as well. I have both open all day.
Fantastic. Next question. I know the Harmony Explorer is better than before, but there was a lot of talks about new Explorers being developed, GetBlock or Explorer DAO, for example. I don't hear anything about them. Can you clarify, please? Thanks.
Those are old proposals or old talk, right? Because I don't think I've ever heard of those recently. What I can share with everyone here that we had some talk with H.E.R to do some R&D on trying to use Block Scout. So Block Scout is an open source explorer today for EVM chain. But those EVM are single shard, right? Or just one network. So there might be some more integration or work to be done on to support multi-shard, or at least SHA-0 and SHA-1, right? And that's something that we had to resume discussion, because I think that was like 2-3 weeks ago that I had a discussion with H.E.R and see how that goes. But we want to do R&D first, so basically just testing, okay, whether that's a feasible solutions and how much that would cost. Our Explorer last time, just for sharing and to be for transparency, our Explorer cost was 20,000 a month, okay, and that's why, and that's the main reason why we kind of deleted all the internal transactions after 7 days, so that we can reduce the cost. And right now, we pay like 3,000, 3,005 in terms of costs for the Explorer dashboard every month. Okay, so to me, as we do the testing with Block Scout, I will be also requesting the cost, of that one, so that we can evaluate whether, first of all, whether we have all the features that we are looking at, and the cost. Yeah. So we have a lot of things I'm doing right now is a lot on cost, trying to reduce our cut costs, trying to reduce our overall costs, so that we can use that cost for the recovery instead. Yeah.
Peace ants, go ahead, man.
Yeah, no, that's some serious cost and cost savings too. I was curious, where does or how does it cost so much? Like, are you paying cloud servers to host it or something?
Yeah, so majority of the cost was the AWS Postgres RDS that was taking us like, I think, 15 or 17 terabytes of data. So the storage of that was the internal transactions mainly. After we deleted all those and do a rotation just to keep the last 7 days, I think that the storage space for the Postgres is now down to 6 terabyte, I think. So that cut a lot in terms of cost. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't realize like the costs involved with the block explorer, but yeah, that sheds a lot of light on that. Thanks for the info.
Yeah, I was gonna ask something similar too. That's all. So will the cost possibly go down when there's less shards, or will it just kind of be the same but different?
It should. It's hard to evaluate because the SHA-2 and SHA-3, though they may take some space, but they're not taking that much, you know. So for comparison, if you just look at the validator nodes, SHA-0, which is already usually validator uses SnapDB, right, is around 500 to 600 gigabyte. Okay, but SHA-2 and SHA-3, those nodes for validators is around 50 gig. You know, so you can do a comparison as well in terms of space that may take in terms of transactions and Explorer data, right? Is also in terms of volume, multiplier is about the same as well. So that's why I don't really expect a lot of saving, even if you were to completely delete the data from SHA-2 and SHA-3 on the Explorer. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I don't know how it all works, but it kind of just moving the space around. That's how I envision it. I think I forgot one question earlier. We've halfway answered it, but I'm going to ask it. Hi, is there any efforts made to get Harmony.ONE support for cross-chain swaps on, for instance, Trust Wallet? Is something like this possible? So I know we talked about moving, and I think they're asking about swaps, I guess.
Theo, you want to take this one, or I can answer? Yes.
Sure. I've been on Trust Wallet specifically. I've looked more closely at the on-ramp and off-ramp sides of one. I'm not really too sure how the swap works on
that. So to me, it should be possible, okay, to do the integration. You just need someone to work on it, basically. We should, okay, I'm just saying we should be able to integrate that with our swap.exchange that we have right now. Now, I don't have the technical detail on what would be required in order to do that. Trust Wallet has their own browser integration as well. So it might be as easy as just going to swap.exchange eventually to do a swap, but it won't be integrated with their UI, you know. But I believe it should be possible, yeah. But there's no work right now, no plan from the core team to work on that right now.
All right, that leads into the next question. Really good. I accidentally skipped over this one earlier, but it's one of my favorites. What is the current vision for One? With the new work done on the topic of AI, I feel like the scope and business has changed.
Theo, I'll let you take this one.
I think currently the focus in terms of AI is more in like that discovery stage, but the vision towards crypto and kind of blockchain technology towards the open consensus of 10 billion and scaling trust, right? That still hasn't changed, and I think that's something that currently isn't seen, right? It's not reflected in the development currently, but it's something that will continue to grow, right? Because now you gain more and more of an expertise through AI, and then you develop it, and then you can apply it to certain aspects within your chain. So it's like, I don't know, some ways that I guess I can think of this further developing. And again, it's not really a guarantee in what I say will be enacted, but if enough people get behind it, then definitely the core team will kind of steer in the right direction. So that could be, like, say, staking from the bot, or swap through the bot, and either lending, money transfers, general inquiries about Harmony, general inquiries about recovery, all of these things that kind of through communication would also be improved. And then things like auto restaking, things that like the community has been asking for a long time, I think can be integrated as well. That would potentially be through either the bot directly, or if there's say a wallet that is compatible. And then, yeah, generally you can also have improvements with an Explorer, right? And say, like, after, let's say, a lending platform or GMX or something like gets developed, then now you have, okay, an AI that's integrated within it, like set up a trading, can be through Hummingbot, right? Like set up a trading bot for me that does this and this, and you can use natural language to now interact with the blockchain. I think that would be a very cool addition. And it's just things like that, like say an Explorer, like tell me about this transaction, right? Or tell me about this transaction in plain English. I think you start to get an easier way of getting into crypto. And that's currently step one, is getting that kind of AI kind of figured out. What do people want? How do people use it? And then the next step is continuing to improve Harmony through that.
Man, it's mind blowing. I could definitely use tools like that. I'd just be like, Explorer, tell me about yourself. So I did see an article that Kratos shared. It was a pretty extensive one that dropped about the new functionality of artificial intelligence that Harmony is developing, and it seemed to me that it's going to be possible to use the AI technology that Harmony's built, not having to rely on Telegram. Is that correct?
Yeah, so that's something we're looking into now. There's been a big push internally to have it go towards Discord as well, WhatsApp, and it's kind of like the current state of the AI is like this API aggregator, right? So it's all these AI tools are being developed, and how can Harmony capitalize on it, right? Like, do we want image generation for potentially future NFTs, right? Or do we want chat to then future increase communications and user experience, right? So you can kind of see how these things branch off into Harmony. And then if it is Telegram, then why limit it to Telegram, right? Like if there is like this bet that Telegram is going to make it, then expanding onto different messaging platforms and seeing how people interact with them there. There is some development process in that that we're running into, and kind of saying, okay, how do we limit the amount of code switches that we have to do throughout the process? But yeah, it's something that it's not limited to Telegram, and the first one I think will either be WhatsApp or Discord. I can't really say which one will come out first at this point, but definitely more other than Telegram will be out.
Oh man, that's exciting. I'll just, since we're recorded, I'm voting for Discord first. That's so awesome. I saw something on there. I don't want to go too long. I know we have a little bit of time. It looked like it was possible if you took the whole URL message to be able to maybe interact with it on other platforms. I don't know if that's correct or not.
I think currently that is available on Telegram, so you can do like /sum and then the URL, or you can /ask for GPT-4 and then put in the URL, and you can say like summarize this or put it in bullet points, same way you would do with ChatGPT. But then there's also I'm trying to get out of the road real quick. I lost my train of thought.
You're right. We've kind of dealt on the AI good.
Oh yeah, you were asking the sum on different platforms if that's available. Currently not yet, but anything that is available on Telegram will immediately be available on the other platforms. That's to my knowledge. If there's like some things because of the different frameworks that don't work as well, then that's something that we'll let people know and see if there's a workaround.
Awesome. I can't wait to. I'll stop for now. I could go on for days. All right. So moving on to a different section. What are some of the things that you can say about your experience working on Harmony Protocol core team? Is it a collaborative effort with leadership, or does each team member more or less get assigned assignments from leadership to do?
So if you want to take this one first, I guess we can both answer this one. So we might have our own opinions.
Yeah, go ahead. Then I can add on.
Okay. Yeah, I think the process, at least when I first joined, was very much like task driven and kind of head down of okay, do this, this, and this. I think more and more recently we're seeing a shift where it's more collaborative, but it's also kind of everyone is more on the same focus. I think when I first joined, I was the only one that had more of that extensive crypto knowledge, so jumped right into governance and helped out on that side. But then there's just more and more, right? Like for the bandwidth that we have, like we're noticing that kind of efforts in certain areas means that we can't do as much effort in communication and marketing, right, in the ways that like everyone can clearly see that we're lacking, right? So it's difficult to find that balance, and we've been definitely product heavy and kind of like in this head down building mentality, and that's something that we're working on and trying to find ways of increasing the community in the development process, right, rather than being the end of the development process where it's kind of like dumping production onto the community and more of like a collaborative approach, right? Like some of you guys have joined in the bot testing and kind of like your feedback is immediately implemented into the bot and things like that. We'll continue to expand. I think now it's more of a not necessarily a self-defined tasking, but it's more here's the vision, here's the plan, and then we move in that direction. Is how I would say
it. So I can talk about on the protocol side of things. Okay. So the way we are trying to do things is that we kind of collect the things that we want to implement on the protocol side. And we're going, usually we work as a team trying to prioritize, and once it has been discussed internally, right? Usually the team will be assigned to work on it. So right now, the only collaborations after that discussion is only during the review process, okay? Or if anyone has any problem, so in a way, there is some collaboration at the beginning to discuss on priority and all. Then the person is being assigned that task to work on. And then, at the end, we just do the peer review and implement it eventually. But to me, what I like is to do more like pair programming. So if you guys know about that concept, is you kind of switch who is doing what, so that you can actually learn the entire things as you go along the different tasks. So right now we don't do that, but to me that's one way for us to all learn together. Because if you think about protocol, right, there's so many topics or many areas in the protocol, be it syncing, be it consensus, be it storage and everything. At the end, if only one guy is just doing the implementation, and even doing a peer review during the review process is not the same as when you actually develop, you know. And to me, it's important that we could actually switch those area of work that we do right now. But you know, it is what it is right now because we don't have enough people to actually spread like that. You know, so but that's how I wish it would be. Yeah.
It looks like Theo's having connection problems. Yeah, that's it's awesome to hear. I wanted to throw one more little bit in there. It looks like we have about 12 minutes, 11 and a half or something. So do you guys work mainly with Stephen and Lee, like one-on-one, or do you guys have like group talks whenever you want to talk with those two?
So I'm remote. So I don't get the chance to actually be in the same room with Stephen and Lee every day. But from what I'm hearing from the Bay Area team members is that I think they have like daily or talk with Stephen at least. It is not like every 2 or 3 days. Okay, so that to sync up with the work and where they are in terms of development with the bot and other stuff. So it's a bit different on how we work depending whether you're on site or not. Yeah. Theo could tell us more because she's on site. But you know, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Darn internet, man. Oh, it looks like he's back. I guess we can try to get him up as soon as possible. I don't know if he can hear us, but that kind of Stephen question lead us into the next one. Where do we go here? Got that one. Oh, I was going to ask you, Soph. So please, Stephen's a pretty big topic on these questions, so we're just going to go into that real quick. Please state 3 things you admire about Stephen Sate.
I like that he's always out there trying to find new ideas. Okay. Speaking to friends or even partners and coming up with ideas like the Telegram bot, for instance, right? I like that aspect of him, you know. I'm not sure I can find 3 aspects that I like for him, but you know, that's one of these qualities that I really like. Thing is that having too many ideas, or at the end you may switch too often, and that's what I would criticize Stephen, you know. But so that's why I'm just wondering what would be the next thing right now. But I like what he's doing in terms of trying to look things around and bring new ideas to the chain, you know. Now, whether those ideas are good or bad, you know, that's only the future we tell, you know.
Yeah, I can totally respect that. And, you know, I think anybody that's been here for a significant amount of time can agree that there is a lot in this space, and it's hard to narrow it down. It's hard to utilize your time efficiently because there's people polling, there's information to learn, there's work to be done. I mean, it's you got to be organized. I think other people can relate there. All right, Theo, all right, Theo was back, and now Theo's gone again. I think since we only have like 8 minutes, just wanted to. Okay, Theo's back. All right. Let's see. All right, Theo. I'm gonna ask you a Stephen question. 3 things you would like Stephen to focus on.
I think I'll go with Soph, and I'll say instead of 3, just 1. Yeah, I think like the ideas have been just incredible, and I think that's something that I get pushed on daily. It's like for me, I would kind of see things one way, and then definitely coming into like say debates or things like that about which way is better to move forward. And yeah, I feel like we kind of jump very, very quickly to different things. And on the plus side, that means that we can develop at an incredible speed, something that I haven't seen in anything else in the protocol ecosystem. But then again, that doesn't mean that necessarily the impact of what we develop is being landed and it's being reached. So I guess on focusing on one thing, it would be that. It would be more community engagement, because that's my own philosophy of how Harmony can potentially kind of like use all of this momentum and then just like shoot off, right? Is incorporating that community inside that building phase. So I think there's a lot of things that we don't know, and things that only the community has insights on, because at the end of the day, community is the users and the shareholders. So it's a unique business model to Web3. So it's not the same as like Apple can do, where it's like, oh, the user doesn't know, they're just going to enjoy the product, right? And then if we do that, right, then what we end up seeing is that no one uses the product, right? So it's kind of this balance of, okay, how do we get that success that we want to see, that potentially either in the past or the momentum, right? And for me, I would say that one thing is community. The second one is kind of narrowing the focus, like similar to Soph said, rather than picking and jumping to different things. It's pick one that you want to achieve, and then everything that you build goes towards that. I think that would be incredible. Third one is my own bias, is as on the user side, is more of like incorporating this kind of like sprinkling effect of DeFi in any development, right? Say if it is .country, right? It's more focusing on, say, the top level of .country, right? Which is Web2 to Web3 resolver that if you look up in Chrome, it's immediately accessible, right? Like it's a profile that you can have in Web3 that if you're on .eth or like crypto or whatever, right? If it's unstoppable domains, you have to change your system settings. You can't get like HTTPS, right? Like SSL security, and then you have to have Brave or Opera, right? So it's kind of like all the Chrome users and everything don't really have that advantage, and then now with .country they do, right? But it's also, I think that the issue that we kind of tend to get into is overproduction, right? Overbuilding, where it's okay, you have this amazing product, but then you kind of disguise what its value prop is with that overproduction. And so what I would say is the third one is not necessarily reducing the focus, but inside of that focus, right? Don't overbuild until it's like necessary, right? Or like kind of having this user feedback loop, and then building off of that.
Man, what an awesome answer. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how everyone else feels in here, but I see Harmony as building like crazy. There's stuff all over the place, and the .country, for example, or just one example, I guess. But I guess real quick, I just wanted to ask, like, where is the best place to go for support for .country and to learn about it, to talk with people, to get help? Where is, I saw like the Twitter has like 50 followers, so I don't think that's or the X. Is there a good place to go for support, or is that still in the works?
I think it's also still in the works. I think what you're noticing is more of a bandwidth issue rather than a like platform issue, right? Of, oh, okay, the support is here, right? It's more getting somebody who's able to process all the support demands, right? Because if you have a channel, but then there isn't really anybody to respond, it's a bit useless, right? So what I would say is probably the main Discord, and then if not R&D. I think R&D has a little bit less people in it, so it might be a higher frequency or a higher chance that somebody does see it. And then I would say the main Discord as an alternative. DMs as well can be an option, I guess, for Soph and I. But I don't really want to open up Soph's DMs without his approval. But
so I'd say in any type of support that doesn't have its own channel right now, that would be on the main Discord. Okay. Some people have been asking about the multisig, right? So I kind of redirected them to the Protofire Discord server. But anything that is under Harmony would be under the old Discord server. That's where I would expect all the support questions to happen. Eventually, if I don't have the answer, I'll be going back to the R&D, asking that internally, right? But at least channel all the user questions on the main Discord server. Yeah.
Fantastic. We are running out of time. I just want to do a quick fire round of with us three. How can we, one idea to improve communication on Harmony.ONE, and we will wrap it up. Go ahead, Peace. Ants.
Well, I think we've been doing a good job with these spaces. Yeah, great questions. And we're able to get them out, crack them out one by one. So I think these spaces have been pretty useful for communication purposes.
I would agree. Thanks. Theo, how do we improve communication on Harmony.ONE?
I think I second that in terms of more frequent spaces. I think that would be incredible. And I also think I just want to open up as that communication between core team. Although it might not be, we might not see that immediate impact. It's definitely an open line. So it's say with a new bot, right, or more developments into AI, can be community or outreach of saying, hey, I've been trying this, or joining those Telegram test groups and saying, okay, this is what we want to see. Activity on the top form can also be an avenue of communication, but it's more of kind of opening those doors of saying whatever you guys want to see within Harmony is kind of go at it in these Telegram groups, be vocal. I'll try to, if there are Twitter posts, I'll try to retweet them and everything, and get kind of more of an internal look into it to make sure things aren't really being missed.
Man, I really appreciate that. I know we're almost out. Soph, can you do you got an idea to help communication on Harmony.ONE to get the word out?
For me, I'd like to see more community users replying to questions to the newcomers, right? So I'm trying to do that at least daily, like I said last time. But for instance, this week, since I was in a conference, I couldn't do so, right? But that's what I think we could do as well, So as a community, everyone be involved, right? If you guys know the answer, reply to whoever, right? Asking the questions. But I think that would be already a good step in terms of communication. The only thing that I would comment out is some comments are not worth to be replied, okay? Because if it's only hate comment, all those stuff, to me I would just ignore, okay? But if people can help answering queries, questions, that would be already helpful to me.
Yeah, I completely get that, and I don't encourage. I didn't want people to come on here and ask when recovery and when. Let's work together on how. I just wanted to state one more thing, and then if you guys need to run, I understand, and we'll keep this space going for a little bit. But I just wanted to state that if the whoever is running the main Harmony Protocol account, if they support her and what we're doing here, if they could retweet. Someone even asked, like, why don't they? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they don't like what we're doing. If they do, it'd be really beneficial if they would retweet and support this movement. I think that's you guys said, or Theo at least said, the spaces are good. P-Sant said the spaces are good. Let's get some more support for the spaces. An account with like 440,000 has some pull. Or if I need improvement, I'm open. I'm Twitter, Discord, Telegram. I'm all over the place. So anybody, please reach out anytime. And if you guys have time, you could close us out. If you need to go, I totally get it. I'll do one more quick round, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, so I go first. I need to join the protocol meeting, but thank you very much for having me, and maybe we can talk again in the next H.E.R. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Let me go first.
Thank you, Soph.
Thank you.
Theo, are you able to hang around, or did you have to make it to go to that meeting as well?
I can hang around for a little bit.
Oh, fantastic. All right. Well, I don't know who you are. Sephiros, welcome to the stage. Go ahead and ask a question, and I guess I'll put it out there. We can retweet the space, and if you have a question, request a mic.
Thank you for having me. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Yes.
Okay. This is the first time I'm actually joined the space. Actually, I think I got into Harmony probably at the peak of the bull market, and I'm still holding on. But unfortunately, I think my concern at the moment is that I got blocked pretty much on all channels just for asking questions. So I was wondering, like, is there a way to get unblocked on those channels like Telegram, Discord, etc.?
Yeah, that's
And first,
no.
I just want to say, first of all, that's awesome. I'm happy that you are here and have the courage. I know it takes some gumption, so thanks for asking. And yeah, so I was going to ask you too, but you already answered. So yeah, you're blocked on the. Just wanted to confirm you're blocked on the main Harmony Discord and the main Harmony Telegram. Is that the issue?
Yes.
And I feel for you.
Yep. And I think it was during a phase where they were just blocking everyone left and right, and I think that's actually the wrong move, because people who are passionate about this project are making their voices heard, and if they're being silenced out, eventually there's going to be no one, right? And unfortunately, I'm one of them.
Yeah, censorship's not the answer. I don't know. Are you a mod on both of those social media platforms, Gil?
I wish. I guess I'm actually blocked from the Telegram as well.
What? Oh man!
Yeah,
Can you people hearing this, please fix it?
Yeah, but I'll look into that Discord if you want to send me either a message or a DM somewhere on Telegram or on Discord. I can try to help you out on those. Yeah, I completely agree that censorship is not the answer, especially like bear markets, communities, like recovery, like all these things that are kind of like the hurting aspects, right, of Harmony, right? Is stuff that we do have to acknowledge, right? You have to build from it, and I would argue that like with all these kind of not necessarily episodes or mistakes, but just events of Harmony, right? Like what you can do is, or at least on our side, is we can learn from them, right? Which is opening the doors to community communications, opening the doors to people who want to voice their opinions because they have the right to. Like imagine going from that trajectory, right, of peak bowl to then horizon and everything. Like it's something that's definitely not easy, and it's something that's has affected a lot of individuals, especially those that are still around here in the Harmony community, and the fact that people are still around and voicing their opinions, even though like it's been a while, and even though it's been like a lot of negativity, like it's something that I don't think should be silenced, and it's something that we have the potential to build up and be much stronger for it, and have a user base that is kind of driven and determined. That's like yeah, nothing can shake us kind of thing, of like, yeah, it's Harmony, it's going to work, and it's here's how we're going to do it, and here's how we're going to learn from everything that's happened.
Fantastic answer. Did that answer your question, Sephiros? I apologize for botching your name.
No, it's all good. Thank you. Clear.
And actually, while we're on the topic, Ed, do you think you can unblock me from the developer DAO Discord? I got blocked on there for asking questions too.
I think
Damn.
let's do a quick roundup. Who's got blocked?
Oh man, yeah. Hopefully, I mean, it's yeah. If people could maybe give a warning shot, or if they blocked, if there's a ban for a certain, I think Telegram has you get like kind of what do you call that? Suspended for a couple days or something instead of infinitely. But yeah, hopefully we want to go in the other direction. But I can totally get, especially talking to some the core team that especially right after the hack. Things had to be put in motion, and people that weren't on board maybe didn't get the most respect. But we're a little further down the road. Hopefully, we've grown a little bit, and we, my biggest hope is that we can improve communication on Harmony.ONE. That's why I'm here. So I think, Eddie, welcome to the stage, man. Did you have something to share with us?
Oh, just a comment on PSANT's blockage. Like, I think that might just be Discord jumping in with something, because there's definitely wasn't manual. But yeah, definitely I'm not sure how that could have happened. If anyone should be blocked, it would be you, Butthead.
Which Discord? What did I do wrong?
No, I was just joking. You're the only one posting in the developer DAO.
Oh, all right.
All right, let me make sure.
Yeah.
I'll unblock.
We need to wake it up.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll check it out.
While I'm here, I just wanted to thank you, Theo, for showing up and just being so open and honest about everything going on. It's really just more of the same with you, and just grateful and full of respect. Just put that out there.
Appreciate it. I think I can say the same for all of you guys, and a lot of your names, like I recognize, and I check out what you guys are doing, developing, and everything. It's awesome to see.
Theo, I have you here. Would you be able to make it next Thursday, any time of the day or night?
Yeah, I mean, if it's any time, day or night on Thursday, yeah, I'm sure I have some time available.
Cool. I will reach out on our three-way conversation we have on Discord. You've seen that, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'll reach out on there and we'll lock in a date. I'd rather not do this time because I'm missing a different meeting I'm supposed to be in, but I understand Soph's in a different part of the country, and I wasn't sure if he was going to be here at all because he's doing that gig up there, which is awesome. It looks really, really big. I wish that somebody would do a live stream over there. It looks pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I'm opening it up. Anybody have any more questions, desires? do have a couple more questions on here if nobody else has any questions, or if nobody else wants to come onto the stage. Alrighty, well, we'll just do my my little question. Should be super easy. So I have several wallets on MetaMask, and so if I happen to click with the wrong link and that wallet gets compromised, are my other wallets in jeopardy of being compromised too, or would it just be that one?
If it's MetaMask, it should really be only that one. But what I would say is just common practice is to assume that entirety is compromised. It's a much safer bet of making a completely new, I guess, like origin wallet that has all the other addresses, and just start completely fresh.
Awesome. All right. Well, nobody had any questions. No one's on the stage. Been here a little over an hour. I think we're really proficient today. That's awesome. Appreciate everybody for being here. Theo, I'll reach out to you after the space sometime today and try to nail an update, and then I'll take the following week off, and then we might just go 2 weeks from next week after that. And you know, if we get the desire and the need to do every week, I'm willing, but I want some more support first, because it's pretty hard. It was like pulling teeth trying to get some questions, but it really helps out. Eddie, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I just had a quick question around just what would, Theo, from your perspective, internally at the core team, what is the biggest driving success metric for the network? What is it that Stephen or Lee or just people in charge are most concerned with, as far as like, how do we actually achieve greatness? How do we achieve success based on X, Y, and Z? And does that kind of topic come up during discussions and what you're working on, and the different kind of sprints that you jump into with the AI and country code projects and things like that? What is it that kind of stands out as the chief concern or directive when you're deciding things?
That's a great question. I think to put it in the simplest way, it would be transaction volume. I think it's kind of like although it is more of it can be associated with a monetary metric, it's more so of a usage metric. At least the way I see it is kind of, if you have this protocol, you have this development, but then no one's using it, right? Then you're not really achieving, I guess, the success that you should be. But if you have one where, we all know the RPC issues, right? Of bull runs, right? The harmony phases. That's something that, although there is that negative of the RPCs, you still have the major positive of people using the chain, and that's something that I feel like we've kind of lost, or has at least been dampened. But that's something that's like the main focus is the usage of the chain.
Cool. Good to know. That's an effective metric. Cool. Does that kind of find its way? Is there a kind of sense around like, is bot traffic good traffic, and does that kind of play a role? Because honestly, if for whatever reason, if the like the AI bot system is adopted by complete, like even outside of the community, just someone using it for one reason or another, it seems to me that would be good for the ecosystem at large anyways, regardless of and in fact, even that's a large part of the goal with a lot of outreach, is just to get non-ecosystem people involved. Is that kind of would you say that's true as far as just any traffic, or just basically if people are willing to pay the fees, then it's worth it to keep going with it? Is it fair to say?
I think that's a bit more difficult of a question. I think at face value, right? Like if it is transaction volume, then bot volume is good, right? Because then it just means that your main metric goes up, right, with transaction volume. But I think the way that we approach it is not really taking into account that bot volume. But we are kind of developing this new framework that has more of this like bot friendly approach in the sense of bots through the AI or Telegram or something, where it's bots, but not in the sense of I guess transaction volume bots, right? With the, I don't know if it's like wash trading or whatever, but just as things that, like, rather than artificial kind of transaction volumes, bots can be used for non-artificial ones, which is kind of ironic, but in the sense of like the open consensus for 10 billion, right? Like 10 billion can include, right, like people and bots in kind of like this cohesive ecosystem where bots may do transactions, but not in the sense of like, I don't think we would ever get to the point where we would be like, oh, you know what, we want to maximize transaction volumes. How do we get these like artificial volume bots? Like, how do we maximize on them? Right, like it's much more of that approach of that cohesive ecosystem between bots and users, and then definitely not looking into anything of artificial manipulation.
That's cool. Thank you. Yeah, really just been blown away by this interview today. You guys are really taking us back to the old days of just one community and do we what are your thoughts around I know you said Lee's going on some kind of vacation or something, but do you think that Steven would jump on this call in any reasonable amount of time with her and the Butthead gang?
I definitely like. I mean, I for one would push for that. I feel like that'd be nice. I think it's something that we would have to talk more and more internally, and it'd have to, like, similar to this one where I think Soph had time to go through the question list, which was really nice. I kind of just jumped into it because I didn't really know for sure if I was going to be able to join. But I think something for Steven is also the way that he answers questions sometimes is the same way, where it's like a more of this broad focus, right? Where you can jump to a lot of things that are hyper focused. Whereas like the question might, to the community's perspective, be overlooked. And I think that's something, if like there are structured questions, I think that's something that can help out in that area. And in terms of having a voice, that's something that internally, there hasn't really been any pushback that I've noticed. I think it's more of just getting something organized and getting, okay, here's how it's going to work. Like I think we recorded a YouTube video yesterday, which I guess like behind the scenes, like that's like impromptu, like day of, like, okay, here's what the questions are going to be, and here's the interview process. There's not really like preparation behind it, or as much preparation as I guess I would hope for in kind of like the productions that we put on. But I think this space, at least from my own experience, is kind of like one thing that we can kind of build off of and can be much more official. And I can see if I can get like the space retweeted or reposted from the main channel today. And it's more of like, if we structure it as this official space, official gathering, then eventually, you do have the opportunity to have Steven and say like, okay, this is an official space. This is how it's going to be. And that can also be communicated. So I can internally go speak to him and see how we can build this.
Man, that's amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, that's I'm trying to get the questions out ahead of time so that they can be distributed to whoever may need to answer them, and if there's any pushback or whatever, and just to get a feel of what's coming in. I was expecting a lot more hate of when repeg and all that stuff, but I think I've kind of taken a stance that I'm not down for that. So maybe people are backing off that. But man, that'd be just amazing to have support, official support. But I wanted to ask a couple questions. Eddie got me going, and then you did too, Theo. So concerning the RPC on Harmony, wasn't that somewhat addressed and strengthened, at least with the Elastic RPC partnership or hard fork or whatever happened there? Wasn't that addressed, or is RPC still in need of work? I mean, are we ready for volume whenever the bowl comes?
I think we've been tested in that aspect with the Elastic RPC, but since like the kind of like a efficient reduction, the RBC hasn't had that same usage. So the Elastic RBC, Soph would know the exact costs much better than I do. But those we have since reduced as well. What that means though, if we are ready, it's more of a, like, we know exactly what to do, right? It's rather than trying to figure out how to create an Elastic RBC. It's okay, we know how to build it. Here's how we're going to do it, and the time to execution is much quicker.
Will the RPC benefit or change at all with the next hard fork with the 1 second finality? Is that even a factor?
I think, and again, Casey and Soph in this department would have more of a clear opinion. I would say that it might, in terms of how things are communicated, but it's more something that we'll have to wait and see. And at least maybe in testing they're able to, and they might know more than I do in that regard. But I think it's a potential, but not a guarantee.
Cool. Again, I appreciate you being honest. And then one last one. Is the AI bot on Telegram, whenever people interact with that, is that like a transaction on Harmony or separate, or off? Is it on chain or off chain?
I think currently it's off chain. Then again, I'm very hesitant because I don't want to say something that's just blatantly false, because I don't know the definitive answer. I do know that it is currently only available through one tokens, and whether that is a transaction or not, or a transaction does happen, and then off chain is the handling of the API calls, right? The AI like interaction with either ChatGPT or Stable Diffusion or whatever it may be. But then the actual purchase would be a transaction. I haven't looked into it that deeply yet, but that's something I guess I can test out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm asking because, you get the 101 in Telegram and it uses up the 1. I just wondered if that's just a calculation, or but I understand we have different specialties in different departments. That's awesome. I'm just, the whole AI thing's incredible. That article, I don't know, I have it in my Discord. Again, Kratos posted a post, darn it, not a tweet. He posted a post with the link with quite a bit of extensive information about the AI process and information dropping. I just want to throw it out there one more time if anybody has any questions. Otherwise, we'll look to wrap it up. And a nice round hour and a half here.
I do have a quick question, if it's possible, for each of you guys, is kind of, if you were to pick one thing that you would like to see from Harmony, either that's like an improvement, tool, feature, communication, whatever it may be, would love to hear kind of one thing from everybody, if that's possible.
Eddie.
I think the biggest thing that stands out is because there is this sense that the founding team has stepped back for whatever reason. It's caused a huge problem as far as developers and people onboarding into the ecosystem of sensing that by stepping out of the community, Lee and Steven could leave at any moment, and there's a sense that the network is not a forever kind of environment based on the fact that the people running it aren't actually involved with the most valuable asset in the community, which is the community itself. And so, yeah, there is that sense that, you know, if they're not willing to participate, maybe it's not going to be around for very long, and people are shy about committing, or especially with like developers, getting them to join the conversation. There's this sense of like, no, I don't think so. Even if it's cheap, it's not worth it if I have to remake everything in a year or so when they give up or move on.
Yeah, I'd second that before we move on to it. There is a genuine fear that Harmony just going to pull the plug. You know, I'm not one of them, and if it is, I'm going down to the ship. But there is a genuine fear, and that's part of the reason why some projects have left or in the process of leaving or want to leave. So I think I just piggyback on that it would be very beneficial if there's more of a welcoming environment for new people to come. I mean, Eddie runs the DevDAO, and there's been my 2 sharings of this space in like the last month. There hasn't been any interaction. I'm not putting that on you, Eddie. I'm just saying that support from the top on some of these things would be fantastic. I mean, the tools are in place. Let's push to get them going again.
Yeah, and just to kind of second that part of it was, you know, it was hard to get developers to join the developer DAO and commit to working in Harmony, you know, back when things were different. You know, it isn't exactly just because of that. I think that, you know, I mean, even the Ethereum developer DAO, which we have connections to, largely kind of ghosted us at one point or another, for I'd say biases and preferences, but yeah, things have gonna hit a new low since the bridge hack, and then since leadership sort of pulled back. And so it's not just them. That there is room for what we can do with Harmony to survive and thrive. And yeah, it does feel like we're not cohesive in our own ecosystem currently, and it's apparent. And even just getting that communication through, yeah, it's just to kind of put some extra sauce on that conversation. Just, it is complicated, but it definitely doesn't help.
Awesome, thanks, Eddie. P-Sans, what would you like to see with the Harmony ecosystem?
Yeah, no, great question. I think for me, one of the issues I was running into was on the Explorer. A lot of the contracts aren't verified. And I think it's just because it's kind of hard to verify the contracts. Like, I tried to verify my own contract, and I was like trying to fill in the information. I was like, wait, what is this? Where do I get this piece of info from? And like, yeah, I was having a hard time verifying my own contract where I have the contract and I can, you know, I have all the code right there. I have the bytecode. But yeah, so I think like making it easier to verify contracts would be cool, because then if there are issues with the front end, I can go in to the Explorer and kind of mess with it there. Like with the multi-sig, we're having issues with signing stuff right now. So if we had the block Explorer, we could like go in and try to manually sign it and then try and execute it. But yeah, that's my main thing.
Yeah, for me it would be to 1, improve communication, 2, improve communication, and 3, communication. So and how I would go about that would be to develop some sort of tier system or some sort of support from the top that Harmony endorses. Could be a good first step. Well, I guess second step after this space. But yeah, I appreciate Theo for the idea that you'll approach the team and see if we can grow this space. It is recorded. I think this is the H.E.R. was the biggest, most watched, interacted with YouTube that the Validator DAO YouTube ever put out. So that's awesome. And I've heard good things from people that have listened to it. Hopefully we got some more interaction. I have kind of open-ended commitment too that maybe I can orchestrate with you after this, Theo, as well. So did you want to add anything, Theo?
No, just a thank you for doing this. This is part of like the side of that in the very beginning where it was like what makes me happy about Harmony is the community. So this is this for me this is awesome.
Yeah, I'm thinking that like the HIP 30 initiatives have filtered out somewhat of the talking bad actors from what I've seen. Or like I said, maybe I've taken a stance and people just dropped off my feed that that I'm just not going to play that game anymore. But any more closing thoughts before we end this up?
Thanks, Butthead, for getting all this organized and setting up the space and everything. Yeah, man, props to you for getting Soph and Theo, our fantastic guests on the space. And thanks, Theo, for coming up and speaking to us. And Soph, if you're listening out there, thank you so much for coming up.
Yeah, I'll second, third, fourth, and fifth, all that. How awesome. Thanks for getting the questionnaire together and sharing that with me. Thanks for streaming this, P-Sense. Appreciate you very much. With that, I think we will conclude the H.E.R. number 5 and look for us next week, and we'll go from there. I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much.